What's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I want to talk to you guys about the greatest generational wealth transfer in history and how I'm interpreting this information as an investor. In my mind, it's not only important to understand the markets themselves, but you have to understand the landscape as a whole. You have to know the people who are investing in them. You have to understand the people who are actually allocating the capital within these markets, all right? At least in my opinion, that's very important. Okay, so we'll kick off this video with a brief article that I think touches on these points really well. We will then go on to look at this little graphic breaking down the countries that are handing down the most wealth, and then we'll finish it off with the top 100 stocks on Robinhood. Okay, that might sound weird, but trust me, I will be able to tie this in, at least hopefully. I'll do my best to do so. Okay, so before we get into the article, I will ask you that if you do go on to gain value from this video, that you please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, okay? And if you are, as always, thank you very much. Okay, so this is an article by Palm Beach Research Group. Let's get straight into it. I like the stuff these guys put out. It is titled, Young Investors Are Buying Tech-Related Stocks in Crypto, okay? Just read through this with you guys. If you came into a large inheritance, how would you spend it? If you don't know the answer to that question, I wouldn't blame you. Most people don't expect to come into a sizable inheritance. But if you still have several years left earning a paycheck, you may want to consider the question carefully. That's because the greatest migration of wealth in American history will occur over the next 25 years. Okay, biggest wealth transfer in history. According to Cerulli Associates, a staggering $68 trillion will move from the older to younger generations over the next quarter century. It starts with the baby boomers born 1946 to 1964. That's a little dyslexia right there. Each day in 2020, an estimated 10,800 Americans turn age 65. By 2029, that daily number is expected to jump to 11.5K. As baby boomers retire, they transition from the accumulation to divestment phase, and they get closer to their life expectancies. Through the aging process, they'll transfer a large chunk of their wealth to their Generation X, born 1965 to 1980, and Millennial, born 1981 to 1996 children. Shout out Millennials. Charles Schwab has over $4 trillion in client assets and more than 12 million active brokerage accounts. It says these two generations are buying three sectors: tech, communication services, and consumer discretionary, and one new asset class, Bitcoin. Okay, so this article is kind of structured around Bitcoin, but don't worry, I will make it applicable to other things that aren't Bitcoin. But you guys know, if you have been tuning in, I do like Bitcoin. But again, I will make this applicable to many other sectors as well. Okay, in the table above, and we will look at this chart because it's very interesting. In the table above, Gen Xers and Millennials own 11 distinct stocks, and 9 of them highlighted, or 82%, belong to three sectors: technology, communication services, and consumer discretionary. That old saying, buy what you know, applies to younger generations. Think about it. Many millennials and Gen Xers shop online, Amazon, spend their time on phones, Apple, live on social media, Facebook, Instagram, use Gmail, Google, and binge watch movies and TVs, Netflix. Credit Suisse reports the average S&P company has a lifespan of less than 20 years today. So 25 years from now, new companies will form and existing ones will gain more traction. With an average market cap of over $777 billion, these 9 stocks have staying power. As you can see above, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is already Millennials' 5th largest holding at Schwab, which is actually crazy. Today, only 9% of the population owns Bitcoin, and about 50% of them are Millennials. Again, this article is focused around Grayscale Bitcoin specifically, and I do own this stock. Just for full disclosure, I like this stock, but I will make it applicable to many other revolutionary stocks. Okay, I focus on those a lot. That's I know it's a wide sector and a lot of things fall into that category, but I really like world-changing, revolutionary stocks around here, and that is what I cover for the most part. All right, so we'll take a look at this. Again, it's broken down by Millennials, Gen Xers, and Baby Boomers. You can see a lot of these around the top, so Apple, Amazon, Berkshire Hathaway, Microsoft. These are all pretty common in all of the portfolios, all huge companies. It makes sense that these are in the portfolios of pretty much everyone and anybody. But then you look at companies like Tesla, okay? So you see Tesla, a lot of baby boomers don't even hold Tesla, but Tesla is like on top of Bitcoin, again, a revolutionary industry. Nikola falls into this too, and that's kind of why we're going to look at these top 100 stocks on Robinhood later, just because, again, millennials, people are buying companies that are revolutionary. A younger audience, the younger demographic, gravitates to those more revolutionary stocks, more game-changing stocks like Tesla, like Nikola now, which is the hot stock in the moment. Okay, And then Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Again, I'm hyper bullish. This is actually one of the few stocks that I'm probably practicing the strongest hands with. One of the few stocks that I've held for, I can't even remember how long I've held it for, and I'm continuing to put more money into it, okay? And I trade options for the most part, so the fact that I'm keep putting money into a stock that I'm long on definitely speaks to it, okay? So I will make more content on Grayscale in the future. Please let me know if you guys want to see that, or if you want to see more crypto-focused content. But again, I know a lot of you kind of don't mess around with that, and that's perfectly fine. Again, Tesla is a good example of another company like Grayscale that the younger demographic and younger audience is gravitating towards, okay? And it's just super important to understand the point. We'll go on to this, and I'll just kind of talk a little bit before we get into this, okay? So the point I wanted to make this video, again, you have to understand the landscape you're playing in. I did upload the video talking about how Robinhood traders run this market a few days ago, and again, this is just furthering that point, all right? You have to understand that there's going to be so much generational wealth. So much money is going to be handed to this new generation. And that's why it's so important to watch what this younger generation does. Watch what the Robinhood traders do, okay? And again, E-Trade, Webull, there's a lot of apps, but just watch what the younger generation is doing, because over the course of the next few decades, probably our lifetimes, that generation is going to be the generation that dictates the movement of the market. So stocks like Tesla, like I was just talking about, probably widely known as a cult stock. I don't think it's a cult stock. I do call it a cult stock sometimes out of fun, but it is a revolutionary company. It's the current stock price and the valuation of the company does not match up at all with the current fundamentals and financials, but that just shows that millennials specifically, and just this younger generation wants to invest in things for the long run that will do good for the world in the long term. Okay, so keep that in mind. We'll take a look at this. This is titled Wealth. This is an article by WealthX, or a graphic made by WealthX, and NFP Family Wealth Transfers Report. All right, so this is a global wealth transfer. UHNW is ultra high net worth individual population, and then this is total wealth, US dollar trillion. All right, so over the next 10 years, there will be just under 16,000 people, ultra high net worth individuals. Okay, so this number is significantly lower than the 68 trillion, but this is only covering ultra high net worth individuals. All right, but it gives you a good grasp, just broken down it by countries, of the countries that are handing down the most wealth to their next generation. Okay, so 10 years is going to be 4.1 trillion, 20 years 9.2, and then 30 years over $16 trillion expected to be handed down from ultra high net worth individuals across the globe to the next generation. All right, countries with the largest expected wealth transfer in the next 30 years. One is the United States with $6 trillion, 63% ultra high net worth, 40% max inheritance rate. I won't go over that, but 2 is Germany, 3 Japan, 4 United Kingdom, 5 Brazil. It makes sense. Again, all of these are large economies. There's not a lot of gravity to this. I thought it was just cool for you guys to know, and you guys can check this out for yourself. Again, it's a WealthX article. The 5 countries with the largest expected wealth transfers, and the United States is the biggest one, and that's why it's important to look at these kind of U.S. focused exchanges like Robinhood, okay, and just see what the next generation is doing. That's why it's so important right now. Although the market is so crazy right now and so volatile and so irrational in a lot of people's minds, even myself, like obviously the fundamentals and kind of common sense is, at least in regard to financials, is not applying to the markets right now and is not reflecting in the markets. All right, and I think we are seeing a true paradigm shift from value investing, and I think I will clarify that I do think value investing to an extent will always be around. It's very important, and it's not sustainable forever just to be investing in stocks that you think are cool. That's kind of what's just happening right now, but there's a paradigm shift where this next generation, I keep saying people, but hopefully you guys know what I mean. This next generation, millennials, Gen X, Gen Zers, they're the next generation. They're going to be the ones who are having all this capital to allocate within the markets over the coming years. So you have to be mindful of the players in the game, not the game itself. The game is in a weird place right now, and it is. I just encourage you guys to look into who's playing the game. All right, always be mindful of the other players on the field. Be mindful of, again, who has the cash and who's deploying that cash into the markets and what they're investing in. All right. So that brings us to the Robinhood top 100 most popular stocks, which we'll close it out with. again, this kind of just falls in line. I hope I played this in somewhat well and you guys get why I have this up. But just look at things like this. Understand what, like, again, Robinhood, definitely youth focused, millennial, Gen X, Gen Z focused. There's freaking Robinhood traders on TikTok that are making a killing right now. That's insane. But that just shows kind of the demographic right now. And again, in that Robinhood video I posted a few days ago, I talked about how Robinhood traders have so much, or retail investors as a whole, not only Robinhood traders. Again, there's plenty of other kind of easy use trade platforms. Retail investors are overtaking the hedge funds as of right now, at least. Okay, so that shows that more people are signing up, more people are investing for the first time. All right, that's why you're seeing so much volatility in the market right now, is because there's so much I will call it stupid money, with no ill will. You guys know what I mean. Just new money. Okay, there's so much new money, so much new inexperienced money in the markets. So it makes sense why we're seeing this volatility. But just look at these, like, this is studying. When you're looking at this, don't look at these to invest. I personally wouldn't touch probably any of the, definitely in the top 10, wouldn't touch any of the companies in the top 10 on here. But just understand what this next generation is investing. Because again, Robinhood, US based company, like we saw back here, US is going to have the most wealth handed down to it by the previous generation. And Robinhood is a US based company, the largest in the world. A lot of talk about Robinhood right now. Great platform again, but understand what the millennials, what Gen Xers, Gen Zers are investing in right now. Okay, so Ford, GE, American. I know these actually come as free stocks on Robinhood when we sign up, so I think that plays a big role in why, like, Ford, because obviously Tesla is a more millennial focused brand, even Nikola, than Ford. Ford, okay, I will say Ford is obvious. I love Ford. Ford is a pinnacle of American history and American engineering. So I do like Ford, but I think it's just because people get free stocks on Ford when you sign up for Robinhood. If you haven't signed up for Robinhood, you can use my link down there. I'll just plug that right now just because I felt it was fitting. You get a free stock, I get a free stock. A little win-win. But Ford, GE, American Airlines, Disney, Delta, like Carnival. Carnival is, I'll be straight up with you guys, Carnival is probably one of my largest short positions just after these past few days. And it's crazy that these kids are investing in these travel companies as of right now. Again, they're winning right now. They're the ones talking trash about Warren Buffett, saying he's old and washed up. And as of right now, it is kind of playing out that way. I will say one more time that I do think value investing is not dead. All right, there's no chance value investing is dead. The markets are in a very dangerous place if things continue to, like, on this exact trajectory. I don't think value investing is dead. I think it has slowed down significantly, and we will see a bridge between value investing and investing in things you think are cool, even though the financials don't line up, like Tesla. But just look at these, understand what people are investing in. Obviously, look at the financials, make sure the company is structurally sound, not like these travel companies, in my opinion. But like Ford is a decent company. Disney is a solid company. Microsoft is a great company. Apple, obviously, a great, huge, massive company. Everything I own is Apple. Apple is awesome. But again, just look for those next up, like the plays that are next up. That's what I do. Again, like I said in the beginning, cover those revolutionary stocks. Look for the young companies that can really change the game and can potentially provide a return, because that's another thing these young investors want. That's what everyone wants, to be honest, but these young investors specifically want huge returns. All right, they want $100 to 10x and make them $1,000, $1,000, $10,000. You know, you're looking for those 5-10x gains. At least a lot of these younger individuals are. So look for the stocks that can provide a big return while changing the world at the same time. All right, and that's what I like to do a lot. Again, if you aren't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. We'll close it out there, guys. Yeah, subscribe to the channel if you want to catch more revolutionary content like this, or content covering revolutionary assets. And just, again, this is such an exciting time in the markets, and I'm having a really fun time making content around this. And it's just so, it's so fulfilling, the community that I'm building around this channel and the amount of like-minded individuals and just cool people that I'm meeting. And again, drop a comment, please, if you do want to talk about Grayscale. I know I kicked it off with this Grayscale chart. I will make more Grayscale videos on the future. Again, this is probably one of the single positions I'm practicing strong hands with most right now, especially with the US, with the entire world printing trillions of dollars in their own fiat currencies. I think Bitcoin is an amazing investment. So please let me know down below if you guys want to see more content about Riot, Grayscale, cryptocurrency as a whole. Because again, I make these videos. I do like crypto. Like some of the first investment videos I made were crypto, but I do want to cater to what you guys want to see. I do prioritize you guys and what you want to see. So please let me know down below what you guys want to see, what you guys want me to talk about next. And yeah, we'll call it there, guys. Give the video a like if you haven't already. Please do that. And lastly, if you do happen to want to know my current take and my current exact positions on like Grayscale, Riot, some of these other cryptocurrency plays, you can check out my complete portfolio in the first link down in the description. It is exactly as it states. It is a complete breakdown of every single position of my portfolio: call options, put options, stock holdings, even cryptocurrencies in there. So check that out every trading day, on the morning of every trading day, for me at least, 8:30 a.m. Hawaii time. I send out a newsletter talking about which trades I made that day, my thoughts on the overall market, and just kind of my me rationalizing and giving you guys the reasoning behind why I'm thinking the things I'm doing and why I'm taking the actions that I am taking, okay? So check that out down below if you want to. If not, no worries at all. We'll call it there, guys. I'm rambling now, so love you guys. I will catch you next time. Until then, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.